Hi, everybody, and welcome to the first Ingles Furman Radio Network preview of the 2023 college football season. I am Dan Scott, the voice of the Paladins. We are getting set for FU After Dark Part 2, the sequel, whatever you want to call it. Furman opening up the season on a Thursday night for the second consecutive year, this time hosting the Tennessee Tech Golden Eagles. It is a very, very festive atmosphere leading up to game day. I'm going to show you some of the sights of campus. It actually looks a little quiet, but there's so much going on behind the scenes here, and I've been involved in quite a bit of that myself. Not as much as some of the other folks who have a lot going on to get the stadium ready and all of the game day things that go on. I've just got a broadcast to prepare for, but we're going to show you a little bit of that, talk a bit about this game, and get you set. We are recording this on Wednesday. It's being released on Wednesday afternoon to give you plenty of time to get set for the Thursday kickoff. And just a reminder, we do this prior to every game during the course of the regular season moving forward. The Paladins will play the remainder of the regular season games on Saturdays. These previews will be released on Fridays on Furman's Facebook page, the football Facebook page, Twitter, and on the Furman Paladins YouTube page. I want to show you some of the things that are going on around campus. First of all, as I was walking in today, if you have been here for a night game, you know that one of the things they have to do is bring in extra lighting, and lo and behold, outside the stadium, they are working on the temporary light standards that will be put into place to help illuminate this facility once the sun goes down tomorrow night. And then as I walked in the radio booth today, just to kind of give you a little bit of a behind-the-scenes look, you can see the stadium in the background. Do I have the best seat on campus or what? There you see a bit of our setup. It is almost complete, ready for tomorrow night's pregame show and the first broadcast of the year. And this is our view of the stadium. You can see the tents and the things they're already getting set in place in the end zone for the fan experience tomorrow night. This is the view we have from the radio booth. David Cobb, Marcus McMorris will be down on the sidelines. Tom Van Hoy is normally with us, but tomorrow, because we have a Greenville Drive baseball game to cover, Tom is going to stay behind and do that, and Samuel Goodrow will be stepping in the spotter's role for the season opener. But that gives you just a bit of a look behind the scenes as to what's going on. And I can promise you, it all looks very quiet and serene right now. Here in the press box, down in the football building, in the other campus buildings across the way here on the athletic side of campus, it is absolute controlled chaos as a whole lot of professionals who know what they're doing and have been doing this for a long time are getting ready to bring you what we feel like is the best game day experience in the upstate. All of the fun outside will start at 4 p.m., and our pregame show will start at 5:30 on the Fan Upstate. We'll get into more of that coming up in just a little bit. Who are these Golden Eagles of Tennessee Tech? Well, you recall that Furman played at Tennessee Tech in the 2021 season, won that game 26-0, a game that featured 4 Timmy Bleekrode field goals and a pair of Travis Blackshear interceptions. When you do a number-by-number comparison of these teams from a year ago, everything falls into Furman's favor. The Paladins outscored them, allowed fewer points, more rushing yards. Tennessee Tech did have more passing yardage per game, but Furman, of course, more balance on the offensive end. You see the total offensive numbers, the red zone scores, the field goal unit, which was such an unsung part of what Furman did successfully last year, both kicking them and blocking them, if you recall, and then what they were able to do as far as the punt average time of possession. The Paladins, when things are going well, they're going to be very multiple on offense, but ultimately at the end of the day, they're going to run the football and usually win the time of possession. You get a lead, you can run the football. That's when those kind of things happen. So that's just a little bit of a look at some of the number comparison between these teams from a year ago. Some of the things you're going to hear when we get into our pregame show, the Pepsi Countdown to Kickoff at 5:30 on Thursday night, in talking with the coordinators, for instance, Justin Roper, in his second year as the offensive coordinator, how much more comfortable is he with his personnel? How much more comfortable is his personnel with him? And what has he done to make them uncomfortable on purpose in practice? And what has he taken away from Tyler Huff in practice to make him better at his craft? Some intriguing things to talk about. The other thing that Roper is looking at is a defense with a brand new defensive coordinator, but one that Clay Hendricks and some of the other Furman folks have some familiarity with. He was at Chattanooga with Russ Huesman, went with him to Richmond, now at Tennessee Tech. On the offensive side of things, and talking with defensive coordinator Dwayne Vaughn, they are not exactly sure what they're going to see out of the Golden Eagles from the quarterback position. They have a redshirt sophomore who is a former walk-on named Ethan Roberts, who has the most familiarity with the Tennessee Tech offensive system. But they have a JUCO transfer who started his career at Iowa State named Hayes Gibson, who they like. Obviously, he wouldn't be there if they didn't. He is listed as number 2 on the depth chart. Not really sure which of those two are going to get the most playing time. Probably going to see both of them if we have to guess. And then Dwayne telling me that you can probably figure on 4 or 5 trick plays or gadget plays out of the Tennessee Tech offense. That's kind of what they are and what they do. From a Furman standpoint, look, we know coming in what the expectations are on this team, and Clay Hendricks, in our conversation for the pregame show, talks about making sure that the preparation and work the team is putting in meets those expectations. The expectations around this team inside this locker room are the same every year. You walk into the team meeting room downstairs, and there is a board clearly up there at the front of the room for everyone to see. There's no missing it, that lays out exactly what the goals are each and every single season. Winning all the home games, winning what they call the state championship, getting a home playoff game, and all the way down the line winning the conference championship, and ultimately, yes, on that board, winning a national championship. Those are the expectations in-house. Because of the finish last year, the expectations nationally for this team are higher than they have been perhaps in over a decade, maybe longer. Furman comes in preseason ranked number 6 in both the Stats Perform and the AFCA poll, starting in a position that they haven't started in preseason. And honestly, I can't tell you how long. It's been a long time since they have started ranked that high. And with those kinds of expectations comes a little bit of pressure. And I asked Coach Hendricks about that, balancing that expectation with the fact that you're going into the season with a bullseye on your chest that you really haven't had in the past. And his response to me, you'll hear the full response, but just a little snapshot of it, he said he reminded the team that they weren't good enough to get it done last year. As great as the season was, it ended about 3 games short of where they wanted to be. And if they don't go at their job each and every day in practice and then on Saturdays, or in this case Thursday, they're going to come up short again. So he reminded them of that, and he said that basically that's all he's had to say, and that he has gotten everything out of them that he's been looking for as far as practice and preparation for this season. It is going to be a fun evening. It looks like all of the bad weather that we have had in the early part of the week is going to clear out, and we should have a very nice night for football, hoping that The crowd will be good. I know that season ticket sales are running at a record pace, but there are plenty of single game tickets available. And if you're getting this prior to Thursday night's 7 o'clock kickoff, we'd love to have you here. You can walk up and get tickets, or if you are seeing this early enough, you can go online at FurmanPaladins.com and get your tickets that way. We would love to see you here in Paladin Stadium for the season opener. Again, all of the pregame fun outside with the bounce houses and the food truck and the live music and everything starts at 4 p.m. Our radio pregame with David Cobb, Tom, and Marcus and me begins at 5:30 on the Fan Upstate with the kickoff at 7 p.m. And you, of course, can catch that broadcast. If you're not going to be able to be here, you can catch the radio broadcast at 97.7 FM in Greenville, 97.1 FM in Spartanburg, and online everywhere at Odyssey.com and the Odyssey app. It is also available, of course, on ESPN Plus. If you want to watch the game, we would love to have you here. And we've got a little treat for you this year. On the home stands, when you go to the concession stands, you're not going to miss anything. You're going to be able to hear the radio broadcast under the stands. Just another added feature for the fan experience here in 2023. Listen, the bottom line is that everybody here is excited about getting this season underway. We hope that you are as well, and we look forward to having you in the stadium on Thursday night for the season opener, FU After Dark, Part 2, Furman and Tennessee Tech. If you can't make it, again, we've got the broadcast for you beginning at 5:30 p.m. on the Fan Upstate with the Pepsi countdown to kickoff. Look forward to talking to you then. Until then, for all of us with Furman Radio, I'm Dan Scott saying God bless you and so long, everybody.